Hey, how are you? I'm Misbehaving, and the name of my channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, real drama. I'm a little under the weather right now, but this topic that I'm about to discuss today is way too important for me not to discuss. So I know you've all been watching lately online where the altercation between King Harris and his parents, Tiny and T.I Harris, has gone viral. Uh, Many people are blaming King for the fight between his parents. They're calling him spoiled, rude, and disrespectful. But I, on the other hand, I fault both King and his parents for this public display of family dysfunction. At the end of the day, King is a child and not an adult. King is a product of his environment. While Tiny and T.I were living in gated communities surrounded by million-dollar homes, King was being raised in the hood by his grandmother, Ms Diane. Tiny chose to forego her motherly duties so she could chase after T.I. Instead of spending time with the kids, helping them with their homework, cooking a home cooked meal, seeing how their day went. She'd rather chase after T.I., go have threesomes, get high and drunk, and travel the country. Now, I know there's not a handbook on how to be a parent, what to do, how you should do it, but you know what it feels like to have feelings. You know what it feels like to be picked on. And you definitely know uh, what it feels like to feel like an outsider. This child has been screaming, and when I say child, I'm talking about King. He has been screaming for years for help. Hey, bitch thinker, thank you for coming in and supporting. You know, he has been screaming for help. And you know, as parents, we have to get a hold of our children when they're younger, and we try to instill values in them. And yes, you can have a child in the best home with the best upbringing and give them everything that they need, and they can turn out to be disrespectful, want to fight and curse at you. But that's because they are being influenced from folks on the outside. And a lot of times, as parents, you know, if you come from the generation that I come from, hey, just cool and thank you for coming by and supporting. If you come from the generation that I'm from, where we were raised to respect our elders, we couldn't say anything back. They could say things to hurt our feelings. You just had to bite your tongue, and that's that. And so we've in turn raised our children that way. But over time, you have to realize people have feelings. You acknowledge the hurt that you've caused that child or try to see what's going on. I mean, they may not be at a point where they want to share with you. Yes, I agree, Coolin. He is missing his Auntie Precious because she was a main um, figurehead, parental guidance. You're absolutely correct. And I know that people have to go out and work and make money, and that's what Tiny was doing in TI. But how much money is enough? Like at some point, there are some of us where we had no choice. You have to go to work. You're not there with your kids. I've provided my children with the best, so I would think. But I know for a fact that they did not get 100% of me. And there are things that I wish I could have done better. I've never had them in a situation where they were put in harm's way, but I do recognize that my strictness and firmness, you know, it affects each child differently. So I've learned to listen and acknowledge and apologize. And then, you know, there are some kids, just give them their space, but don't just completely cut them off and leave them out there into the world because the world is ready to devour them and take advantage of them. And once you lose your child, they're gone. You know, it's a cold feeling to be in the world and feel like you have nobody. Nobody, not even one person where you can turn to and you know it's a safe space. You just give them their space and they'll come back. And I hate that people think that this young boy is an adult. I don't care if he's 19, 20, 21, even if he were 30, he's still a child. He doesn't know. He's being impulsive. Um, I don't like the fact that they clowned him and let everyone know that he was sucking on a pacifier at the age of 5. Yeah, I said Tiny don't have to pay bills, so she could have raised her. Exactly. However, I know she may have wanted to continue her career. I absolutely agree with you on that, Cooling. We were always raised. I mean, you always have your husband, your man money, your money. You have a little private bank account. That's your kitty account. So if things don't go right, you can get going. But I understand she may have wanted a career, but yes, she could have been there with the kids. And I can understand the struggling in the beginning, but once you get to a point where you're not struggling and you are able to have that breathing space, you put your kids first. Yes. And look how tiny. Now, everyone teases King for the way he looks. He has that light skin, but he has strong Afrocentric features. And then he has those large lips. Now I got some big lips myself. I love my big lips. But on men sometimes it don't look so cute, but people tease him about it. Not only are kids teasing him, but adults are teasing him and making fun of him. Tiny should know how that feels to be picked on by everyone because people picked on her the way she looks, called her Miss Piggy, where this girl had to go get a nose job. She done went and got her eye color changed. She's gone and had plastic surgery. So, and if an adult cannot deal with that criticism and that judgment, how can a child deal with it? Yes. Yes, T.I. teased that baby about his teeth. You worry T.I. more concerned about how he's looking good in the community or to his peers. Man, you gonna make fun of your own child? That is not the business. Now, well, we gonna get on T.I. and Tiny's parenting. The roosters have come home to roost because see, King has been out there acting wild, disrespecting people, cursing him out and everything else, acting like he from the wild, wild west. Not once have they ever said anything um, to chastise him. I remember at one point, remember when Family Hustle was still on? I think they even aired it up on VH1 where T.I. was condoning the young boys. I mean, they were under the age of 16 where they could smoke weed up in the pool or the jacuzzi and have girls over. Yep. He act just like his daddy. And it doesn't matter. You can be in the best environment, and you always have that one child. It's something about they have that affinity to that hood life. They may not know nothing about it, but they gravitate toward. That's what they like. That's what they want. Yes, they sure did. They would laugh at them boys' behavior and be hard on the girls. And you can only imagine. I mean, we're only seeing on the outside and everything looks nice and whatever else, and now we're starting, to see more cracks and comments are being made. But there's a lot of hurt there. There's a lot of hurt there. They should have nipped it in the bud way before now. But he was trying to let folks know because who was that? Was it Pretty Marco or whatever that guy's name is? Where we learned that King had been living with the grandmother. And when they were filming Family Hustle, that's the only time T.I. and Tiny would come and get him from his grandmother's house to come and film in the mansion with them. And then he would be returned back to his grandmother's house. That's what I'm talking about. Like, folks need to be real nowadays, whether you're a celebrity or pseudo celebrity. Funny Marco, okay, that's his name. Thank you for coming in and showing support, sexy toy lady. Um, Everybody, folks are living beyond their mean. Hey, a view is a view. Thank you for showing your support. People are living beyond their mean. They're living to impress other folks. Baby, just keep it real. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. Let it be new. But yes, you're right. Funny Markle did put it out. Okay, and you see that? People are living this facade, and then when the truth come out, that's one thing these kids will do, baby. These kids will embarrass you and they'll put your business out on Front Street. And especially if you ain't close by where you can yoke them up, they'll really they'll really run their mouth. But I'm laughing because if I get to thinking about my nephew, boy, he'll run his mouth if my sister can't get a hold of him and shoot. But baby, I don't know. It's 2023. And baby, it's time to get your house in order. Quit making other folks rich and focus on your family. I mean, don't give up on them. If you need to separate from your children, I got a comment from a young lady. I didn't even take a picture. I don't know if I could find the comment, but when people comment on some of my posts and my videos, I respond back. Y'all know I'm a petty Aries, so sometimes I say petty stuff, but most of the time I say some positive things. I don't want to offend anybody because everybody has a right to their opinion, and I cannot find that daggone post. But she made a comment. I think her name was Dion something. I wish I could find it. But she was saying how, we don't know what's going on in the home. Uh, he was given everything. Kids can be given everything. People get in their ear and so forth. I wish I could find that text, but I responded back to her. Um, okay, here it is. I'm going to read this comment. Her name is Dixon Breja. And she said, "Do you know that some of these kids crazy? Even when you give them love and everything, they act like that. So if you not there to really see for yourself and they still blame you after getting with other kids and people in their ears to fit in, been there till people saw for themselves the real truth and I exposed them for the real as they got older, hanging with people that did not like me and hate for my life, turned on me, lying on me, at the end of the day now calling on me, and I don't respond. Where them people at? So be careful what you say, 'cause you don't really know. Outsider looking in. I tell people. And my response to her was, thank you for watching and commenting. I respect your perspective. I realize children can be influenced by peers and act out even with the best upbringing. There's hurt and pain that this child is experiencing. It is a parent's responsibility to find out what is causing their child to react that way. Recognize that they may have caused their child's pain and apologize for any pain they may have caused. Separate yourself from your child if you must, but never give up on your child because the world is waiting to eat them up. Have a beautiful day. So, I'm never going to give up on my children at all. If we ever fall out or whatever else, I'm going to allow them their space, but I would never give up. Um, and yes, it hurts. And some of you know that, I've said this before. I come from a family, I have a lot of family, that's all they know is hood life. I'm considered the anomaly. Some of my family members think I'm better than them. I don't think I'm better than them. I've never put that out there. But I've had some family members that have done that to my child. I've let my child see for themselves how they get down. But at the end of the day, I'm not throwing away my child for nobody. Because as soon as they see your child alone, they're going to eat them up and spit them out. And that goes for anybody. I give my children advice. I warn them when I see danger coming, and I let them know I'm giving you this advice, not because I'm trying to control you or control your life. I'm just trying to warn you. I've been there and I've been through that. So you have to do that. What I find is some parents are too prideful. They have this mindset, I'm the mama, I'm the daddy. What I say, go. And if you don't like it, you can hit the door and then you gone. You don't do that. What you say, Cooley? Counseling is a great starter when one is aiming to learn a new way to help change the mindset. You got that right. You absolutely got that. Blue MF Motown. Amen. Hey, welcome. Thank you very much, baby. Ain't no need for us to be talking about no celebrities are real people too. And that's what my channel is going to be about. Real people, real problems, real drama. Y'all know I like to cut up. I can get a little messy and a little ratchet, but at the end of the day, I'm not perfect, but I don't want to see nobody hurt. And what you say, cooling, black folks are too prideful and we give up on our own way. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're right. You are absolutely right. We will hurt each other quicker and faster than we will hurt another. And I've seen it, and we've all seen it. Like I work in a with a patient population, and I see too many of our people. I've seen, man, shit, I ain't gonna say this. I'm gonna say this for another live. But one thing I will say, I'm an advocate for our people. I'm an advocate for all people. I really am. But when I see some injustices done to our people, I'm going to speak up. It doesn't matter about a job, a paycheck, or whatever else. I'm going to speak up. And if you think you are going to threaten me, so I will be quiet, baby, I'm still going to speak up. If you think you are going to set me up so that I'm victimized, so you can make an example out of me, so other staff members won't speak up, baby, you got the wrong one. I'm going to speak up, and I always stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready. I believe in treating everybody right. Now, I may cuss your ass out every now and then if you rub me the wrong way, but at the end of the day, everybody has feelings. Everybody needs to be heard. Now, I did a little post and I said Tiny was too busy chasing after T.I, worried about keeping him getting high and drunk and having threesomes to keep a man, and she didn't forgot about her kids in the wayside. Baby, let me tell you, a real man gonna be there with you to raise those kids. And you gotta put not only yourself first, because if a woman ain't healthy, the family ain't healthy. And once you sick, who gonna take care of you? Nobody. So your kids look at you. They look at the mother, the woman, the head of the household. I know it's supposed to be a man, the head of the household, but if he ain't willing to step up the plate and lead and support you, caress you, and cherish you, baby, you gotta lead that because your kids are looking at you as the example. My mother was never perfect, but one thing I saw, she always kept a job. She always kept a clean house. Those are two things that I learned from her that I've instilled in me. Now, life lessons, you go through the good and the bad, and you learn from both, and you know how to move accordingly. I know what it is to feel like to hurt. That's why I purposely not try to hurt anyone else after she's done. Oh, well, thank you, Cooling. Thank you. You know what? That's right, Trula. Them daggone trolls will pop in. I know how to deal with them. Normally, I don't be looking at the comment because, baby, I'm new to this. I'm learning. I'm taking my baby steps. But, baby, I just had to talk about this king situation because I'm looking at a child that is hurt, that is calling out for help from his parents. And instead, you know, I don't even know. All I can say is hashtag prayers for the Harris family, because that's what they need, baby. All of us need prayers. We all need help. Nobody's family is perfect, baby. Even, ooh, I don't know why the good Lord ain't blessed me to become a multi millionaire, billionaire, and probably because I would give it away to everyone. Because there's so many things I would want to do to help people, especially those without and those in the disabled community. But baby, all I say is prayers for the Harris family. I mean, we can't poking. You can't live on the past. Forgive your parents, but Ti and Tiny, you sit your baby boy down. Apologize, find out what's going on with him, and as you suggested, cool, and get some counseling and go from there. Because, baby, we have to change the narrative because nobody would ever be able, I don't care who it is, all these folks popping up, celebrities talking shit about King Harris. You couldn't talk shit about my child. I don't care who you are. That's my child. I can talk about my child, but ain't nobody else finna talk about him and think sugar ain't sweet. Or what's that saying? Shit ain't shit. I don't know. Well, we definitely know shit ain't sweet. But baby, you definitely wouldn't be talking about my child. I know that's right. Thank you, Bench Thinker. Huh? Missy Coolin, their PR team may told them to capitalize all this, and when we get to a certain status, our pride mindset. 'Cause you know what? They may have, but they're stupid enough to listen to them. I wouldn't listen to anybody when it came to my son, and I'm wondering everybody was up on live and got alerts. Nobody knew that King was that King's phone. That's what I'm curious about. Was that King's phone that was recording the entire interaction, or was that somebody in the camp filming the entire interaction? Because somebody had to know what was going on. I would have shut that stuff down. Ain't no way in the world that would have been broadcasted. And at some point, folks could walk away. It looked like 1 minute. Hold on, you guys. Oh, let me mute this mic 1 second, because I'm getting over a cold. 1 second. Oh, thank you. I apologize. That's why I'm getting over a daggone cold, but I had to. You think so, bench thinker? Wow. I tell you, fame, money and fame is not that important. It is not that important. Ooh, these folks are doing some crazy things. But I tell you what. Did y'all see where you never hear about the baby boy Major? You never hear about him. I know they have the youngest little girl, Harris. They're always having her on live and stuff like that. And I think when these women like when Tiny and Candy, they went and had the other kids, is to make up for the kids that they weren't with, to raise, because they were in the music industry, like Riley and Zanique. He was the closest to us. Was he? King was the closest to Precious. And you know what? Did I don't want to bring this up, but I want to. Did they say that Precious had died from a drug overdose? I think that was on TMZ had put it out. Is that true? So I don't know. Oh, Precious daughter. So, Dad, you mean to tell me Tiny's still not raising the kids? She just using the baby as a publicity stuff. My God, Lord have mercy. I don't know. I didn't see the footage, but if they are not protecting him, they are providing and serving him his energy up. Yep, yep. God, dog. I'm wondering who do they owe that they feel they need to do all this? Uh. Lord have mercy. Zanique over in her own little world. And the other little daughter, what's her name? Deja, po baby. And shoot, she's been cutting herself. But oh wow, I don't I don't know what's wrong with these people. How can you not protect your child? I would protect mine, and I don't know. Maybe they'll let this run. Hold on, stop it. Yep, binge thinker. I really don't watch them. And then I was thinking about. I had started reviewing shows. Some of them I really don't. I don't be watching all the time, and some of them I do. But it's like a thing. They want to pick on the folks that haven't had the surgery. Like what's that young lady, Sweet Tea. That's a whole nother story. But they picking on her. What's wrong with being from the country? Excuse me. What's wrong for being from the country? What's wrong with not having plastic surgery? Hell, if she wanna marry an older man, let her marry one. Oh, excuse me. Hold on just a second. That's the demons up there trying to choke me to tell me. I rebuke it in the name of the Lord. But yeah, see, bitch, nigga, you telling your age. The Inquirer was around. Yep. I remember when I was younger, I used to think everything in the Inquirer was real. What they had, the Inquirer, the Star. What is another one, the Examiner, but the National Enquirer, baby, that was the one. You'll get all your dirt up in there. Thank you. I've been trying some little home remedies. I think I had to mess around and get a flu shot last week at work. I got a flu shot. I think it was Tuesday. I don't know what was in there because normally I never get sick at all. And then all of a sudden I got sick, sicker than a dog. Nose all running, but I'm gonna have to call off work one more day. Ooh, I hope I get better before the end of the week. But I need my money, baby. I need to do my hair all over my head. But anyway, you guys, thank you for stopping by. For those of you that are coming in, hanging in the sky, hit the like and consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. I talk about a variety of things. I'm gonna start sharing some more of my little, my little, my little prison jail stories. Because I had taken off from work. And then I was gone for a long time. And when I came back, my patients, boy, they was happy. They were happy to see me because everybody kept calling me, telling me to come back. Me talking about you know being a tearing the unit up. Don't nobody want to work on your unit. Thank you. Let's have a kiki. Thank you very much. Thank you, Cooler. Well, baby, let me just share this. Let me tell you, I don't know what I'm gonna title those episodes. I don't know. It might be called prison politics. Thank you. But baby, my first day back in work, I get off on my unit. The door is open, and it's stinking in the mug. Everybody know I keep the unit smelling fresh. I said, God damn. I said, it's when the last time y'all took a shower up here? I said it smelled like sweaty balls and dookie draws. And boy, they saw me and said, "Charge nurse back." Nurse. I said it's time to line up. So they laughed. Yeah, no, I can't breathe around this mother sucker. But they know. They know. You know, I'm strict. Follow the rules, familiarity, boundaries. You know what you here for. But at the end of the day, you're still human. You're still man. You need to be treated with respect. And as long as I'm around, ain't nobody getting abused on my watch. Cause I'd be damned if I go to jail and lose my nursing license. You, that's gonna be another lie. That's gonna be a lie. I'm gonna have y'all cracking up. But baby, my patients had me laughing after I calmed down. I'm not gonna say too much on this one, but I'm gonna tell it, baby. And one thing I've learned about this YouTube, I don't give you permission to dox, but I know you niggas will dox to the socks. But I'm gonna always tell the truth. And as long as you tell the truth, You ain't never got to worry about being called a liar. That's one thing I ain't gonna never do. So y'all be safe in these YouTube streets. Y'all have a nice day. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Like, leave a comment. We can have a dialogue. If you disagree with what I've said, that's fine. I'll comment back. Share the video, and if you don't want to share it, don't share it. That's all right. But sharing is caring. And be safe in these YouTube streets. I'm Misbehaving. The name of this channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, and real drama. Have a beautiful day.